food, just too much, whatever it is that you
Destructive, self-destructive.
Whether you
where we don't we have potential, but we don't realize any of it. We're just caught in a vicious cycle.
I mean, the thing that amazes me about some of this stuff is our inner critic. It can be so harsh. I mean, we would not tolerate that from our friends or anybody.
For our friends, no.
Okay, but we sit here and we can really have a conversation that it is deadly, So how do we cut down a little bit on that chatter, and bring ourselves up rather than to tear ourselves down?
Yeah, so there's a principle of change that I find very interesting. It's the paradox of change. And it says the more we give ourselves who we are, so in that case, the more we give ourselves our wounds, the more we go to our lives. So it's like you don't need, the more you become aware of something, automatically by itself, you do less and less of that behavior.
Right.
So if I become aware that I'm self-criticizing constantly, the more I become aware, the more I give it to myself, the more I acknowledge it, the more I'm willing to say, okay, well, that's how I survive. Yeah, that's true. I'm still doing this. We do it less and less.
Yeah.
So to become aware of all our behaviors and that we do, so the more we become aware of them, the more we embrace them, though, and we become accountable for them, the less we do it. So that's
it's so true.
It's almost a magic principle. But
I mean, I'm 56 years old, so some of the things that I must have done something to get me where I am. So some of it has been right.
Yes.
Okay. Some of it hasn't worked, but a lot of it's been right. So it's just acknowledging most of what you do is right. You don't have to wake up in the morning and say, "Oh my God," and the whole conversation. So it's about being grateful. It's about acceptance.
Yeah. Seeing our potential.
Yeah.
Because human beings, we are beings of many potentials. The way we are raised, the way we are born, we develop one way of being. But that's why it's possible for us to change. It's because we have the possibility of becoming many, many things.
Yeah.
So once, even if we were wounded and hurt, there's always a possibility to take a different path, to reorient, like just a shift a little bit in our body or in our way to see the world, and then whoops, we transform and it becomes something else. So the day we acknowledge any of our wounds or we acknowledge anything about ourselves, it's already a shift.
Yes.
And it's like a new direction.
That's so true. So true. Getting back to the book and about these masks, and these are, if you ever read the book, it's the author asserts that our ego does everything possible to stop us from seeing our wounds. So you might say, well, this isn't me at all. But maybe you could ask a friend. And the reason it does this is because unconscious, it gives us permission to keep in these patterns because it thinks it's helping us, okay? And we are so afraid of once again going through the pain of, saying, being humiliated or embarrassed or abandoned or rejected, that we do everything possible, believe it or not, to avoid it, but we continue in that pattern of,
to not feel it.
Yes.
Well, usually when we have a mask, we're not aware of our mask. No. It's and you're so right when you say ask a friend, but often we don't even need to ask. Our friends see it and they tell us, but then we become defensive. We become angry. We become hurt, like it feels hurt, like it's hurtful what you're telling me. When a friend is really like just seeing us and trying to be with us. When the more we are able to give ourselves our humanity, our vulnerability, the more people are able to get close to us. True. And the more we can get close to others as well.
And the author goes one step further, actually. She says, in Cayman we have a saying, I'm sure it's pretty well throughout the world, birds of a feather flock together. So people who have these wounds tend to be subsets in the same wound, maybe at different levels that we have it, because I recognize it in a lot of people that I recognize the wounds, because again, she even has the body types. I know Marlene doesn't really agree with
sincerely, I find the book by Lise Barbeau, even though like you can look at it in many book, in many theories, you can something that you can say, well, that's a bit like
hocus pocus.
Yeah, if it's stretched or whatever. But I have to admit, her book, Lise Barbeau, gives tools, and it gives an understanding of the how we get hurt and how we close ourselves to, and how we detach ourselves from the hurt.
Yeah.
And that's a really valuable tool, and it's not for nothing that when you read it, it spoke to you so much. It's because there's something valid in what she says, even though I could disagree. You know, but you could probably disagree with some of the things too. But it is a valid tool, and it gives us really like it's this simple explanation, and it's concrete, it's clear, and we understand more how we can get hurt and how we develop defense mechanisms that stop us from realizing our potential.
I would say, again, one of the things that a person who has this wound, if you have a hard time asking others to help you or support you, or asking for your needs to be met, then I would suggest to really start getting curious about that. And this might be one of the wounds that you have, because people who bear this wound, really, they know what they need, but they're afraid to ask to have their needs met.
Yeah.
And you might just start with asking someone hey, would you get me a glass of water, and working yourself up from that, because you're not going to say, hey, I need you to whatever, all right, the biggest need that you have in your life.
So that would, once you acknowledge everything, the other part is to build another. So what you're suggesting now are ways to build the future, ways to become healed. Right, like ways to
walk out of that. Well, we're nearing the end of our program. I'm surprised that my producer Joel hasn't knocked on the window. But we're coming to the end of our show. We have 2 more to do next week. We're doing treason, which is betrayal and injustice.
Yeah.
Okay, and Marlene will be back with us
next week.
Yes, next week, Wednesday. So join us back and send us any questions you may have by email. I'm on Facebook. And thank you for listening to For the Health of It. We are taking you to the life you want.
Live with pride. Live strong. Live with love. Live with hope. Live long. And be the best you can be.
The science doesn't lie. The key to achieving your health goals is through the proper knowledge of nutrition.
From moms to babies, kids to seniors, vegan to pro performance and wellness, GNC sets the standards in nutritional science.
Their experienced team of professionals are ready to support you in achieving your goals, with 2 convenient locations in Countryside Shopping Village in Savannah and Queens Court on West Bay Road.
And join the GNC community and take advantage of their discount days, the first 7 business days of every month and every Wednesday.
Take control of your health and body today with GNC.
Believe in the power of nutrition.
Live well, GNC.
Healthcare Pharmacy's second location in Governor Square on 7 Mile Beach has everything you would expect from a pharmacy and more. You can refill and transfer your prescriptions from your phone or desktop and pick up at either one of our locations in Governor Square or Grand Harbor. And remember, our Governor Square location is right across from Public Beach. Drop in and stock up on sunblock and beach goodies. Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturdays, 9 to 2. Healthcare Pharmacy. We care about your health.
The Cayman Islands Civil Service Association, CICSA, is an association that brings all government employees together at the workplace, social events, and in matters of concern common to all civil servants. For more information on how you can become a member or to read our story, visit us on www.cicsa.ky or on facebook.com/cicsa.ky. CICSA, connecting, informing, and engaging our membership.
Once upon a time, we ate from the land and sea. We may not have had much growing up, but we had healthy foods. It's time to wake back up to natural eating. EatingClean.com is the island's premier 100% born Caymanian-owned cooked-to-order meal prepping service. Fresh, locally and responsibly sourced ingredients. No processed soy and GMO foods. From breakfast to lunches, meat to vegan, juices and smoothies. Experience tasty meals for as low as $9. Visit EatingClean.com to view their menu or place your order. Deliveries are free, including reusable plates and bags. Monthly and corporate specials are available. Visit eatingclean.com. That's clean with a K. EATINGKLEAN.com. Or call 328-8655. Wake back up to quality foods with eatingclean.com.
We believe that every life matters, and we are all connected. One community, one people.
No matter where you live, Holy Cross Hospital of South Florida is breaking down the borders that should not exist in advanced healthcare.
At Holy Cross Hospital, we have opened our doors to the world, bringing you exceptional healthcare.
The multicultural staff features doctors and nurses providing top quality, compassionate healthcare while making patients feel at home.
Our Holy Cross International Services team provides guidance to patients and their families throughout their travel, accommodations, and recovery.
Quality medical care and advanced technology with sincere compassion and understanding. Your trusted health partner for life.
Learn more about Holy Cross Hospital. Email international@holy-cross.com or call 954-351-5906.
For the Health of It, Radio Cayman's premier health show was brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy, the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association, Holy Cross Hospital, GNC, and EatingClean.com.
This is For the Health of It with Tara Bush. For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
From district to district, moving through the waters to Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Your station, your voice. All things Cayman. One radio, many people. This is home.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Oh, I love this beat. What do you call it? We call it the cow itch. I've tried the short roads to being a man. Beautiful, beautiful shoreline.
Oh, Cayman moon.
Cayman all-time favorites.
Poor old Robert. Poor old Robert. Here he comes, Osito. Come to spray mosquito. All the girls in line, they say, Louis, please spray mine.
Cayman all-time favorites begins right now.
Raise your hands high in the air, it's time to celebrate. Visit Cayman in January, there's plenty to appreciate. Come and dig in February, as the big band play. This party's here in the east, not that's how we do it down here. Fun never done, don't hide, don't run. Fun never done, there is plenty to do in the sun. Fun never done, don't wait. You have to come. Cayman is the place to be right through the year. Come see. Fun never done. plenty to do in the sun. Fun never done. Don't wait, you have to come. Cayman is the place to be right through the air and sea. Months of May, Discovery Day. Remember Christopher Columbus. Food on Mother's Day is the reason why we here have big guts. Family Day is a holiday. Everyone welcome to stay. Old man taking the fire on the square, dancing ready to begin. Fun never done. Don't hide it, don't run. Fun never done. There is plenty to do